I'm going to die of cancer. That was the second day of shooting, and we did 60 takes. Wow. 20, 20, and 20. And I said, I've died 60 times of cancer in one day. Please take care of me, because we got 5 months ahead. And that's how hard he works, and I love it. I mean, I'm everything that you can imagine in the negative side, but lazy. I'm not lazy. But it was a moment where it was like, we had to, but that's what I meant, is like you cross the line to a different place, a different dimension, where reality and the emotional weight of it is so huge that there's no way you can pretend that. You have to go and open yourself apart and be that person.
You know what struck me? I mean, there's so many interesting themes running through it, but the main theme, too, is this father who's desperately trying to take care of his kids under the worst imaginable circumstances I can imagine anybody has to go through. I mean, was that something that stuck out for you in this film?
Totally. I think that's the core of the movie, the heart of the movie. And nothing will work in this movie if it's not that. That has to be the most important part of the movie in the storytelling, because that's the part of the movie that we all get relate to. And that's why it was so hard for us to find those kids, which are amazing. And they've never done anything before, and we saw the camera for the first time. But it was like, those scenes really need to work, otherwise there won't be a movie. And I think that's where the emotional core of the movie flies, when those scenes happen.
How did you work with them? What was the process in getting those performances, which are so natural?
I would say it was two different things. He was very schizophrenic, but we actors are schizophrenic, so it's not different. I was worried, he was worried, the director, that, and we took care that those kids won't go back home with those images in their minds. We want to make sure that they knew it was a fiction. What does that mean? Well, that means that I have to play goofy games, being doing funny things, throwing jokes, playing with the toys. At the same time, I'm processing the scene that is going to come. So when he says action, they will jump in the action, they will deliver the lines very, as you saw, very naturally and very realistically, without feeling anything, which is amazing. And then I will do my scene with them. Cut, and then we'll go back to the toys. So it was exhausting. But it was a great lesson as an actor, because they didn't have to go like, give me a second, I have to think about my character. No, they were doing it very naturally and amazingly good. So.
Right. Alejandro has told me in the past that this process of making this movie, the whole process nearly killed him, and he thinks it nearly killed you.
Yeah.
Is a movie worth all of that?
No. No, it's true. No. A movie is a movie, and we have to differentiate. Movies doesn't give answers. Good movies, maybe, we are lucky, decide entertain and have a good time, which is very important, especially in these times. Some good movies can throw some questions for us to answer by ourselves at home. This is one of them. And that's why I'm interested in these kind of movies, because it helps you to grow and make people more, have some thoughts about things that are going on that they don't want to pay attention in the news or in the papers. You have to put it on the fiction. So that people make an emotional journey, and they understand the same issue differently from an emotional point of view. When if you are in the news, you just see it like intellectually, like, oh, that's bad, that's good. That's what movies can make. But no, it's not worth it. It's not worth to kill yourself for a movie. And yes, in this case, we were this close. Why? Because it was long, and because it was, well, you saw it. It was, everything that you saw is not a lie. It was happening there. Pain is pain, love is love, suffering is suffering. And yes, that's a dream of a reactor, but at the same time, how to do that from a safety place, that's what I have to learn from the future.
Yeah. Now, you shot this in Barcelona.
Yes.
And
Woody Allen never was there.
No.
Those places.
No, completely different. Was this, you're working back in the Spanish language here, because we've seen you in so many different movies lately, English language films and things. Was that a real attraction of going back and doing that now?
Yes, I think this was right after the Oscar, so I was very honored and very happy, also very out there, you know. This is a great, amazing recognition. So for me, it was very important to touch bases again and put my feet on the ground and do something with weight in my own language. That's why, and I think he feels the same. That's why we met each other in the right moment, and that's why we did it. And it's a different freedom. It's a different freedom. We all have experiences in our mother tongue language, which is to say, language is totally linked to emotions. And when I'm speaking here to you, I'm trying to express myself, but I can't because English has not been in my life more than 5 years. But Spanish has been there for 42 years. So words come out naturally and linked to emotions and images.
You speak English very well, though.
Thank you very much. Based on their faces, I don't think
You understand them, right? You mentioned, I'm going to open it up to them to have them ask some questions of you, but you mentioned the Oscar, which is a major honor, and you became not only the first Spaniard to ever be nominated for an Oscar for Before Night Falls, you were the first to win for No Country for Old Men. And how did that change the opportunities you were given and what you wanted to do, in your career?
It's funny. There are many things going on. I guess the day after I won the Oscar, I remember when I was 6 years old. And my parents split when I was born, but I was living with my father and mother. And I remember watching the Oscars at night with my father when Bob Hope was hosting them, right? Black and white. And my father was laughing a lot. They were translating what he was saying. And I said, what is this thing so long? It's so boring. But my father looks to have a good time. And then, yes, there will be some familiar faces by actors that they were out there, and I go, oh, I know that guy. So that's the first memory I have for the Oscars. And the day after I won, all that memory crashed on me, like saying, it's amazing what my life has been. So grateful and so thankful to many people that gave me the chance to be there. And I wish my father would have been there watching it. But my mother was, and that's why I dedicated it to her.